Have you ever wondered why olive oil appears in almost every sacred Jewish ritual, from the lighting of the menorah to the anointing of kings? There's a reason ancient Kabbalists called it liquid light. But what most people don't know, what has been hidden in the mystical texts for centuries, is that there are 3 specific places in your home where placing olive oil can completely transform your financial reality, unlock hidden blessings, and create a magnetic field of prosperity around your family. And at the end of this teaching, I'll reveal the one devastating mistake that 97% of people make with olive oil, a mistake so common that it doesn't just block the blessings, it actually reverses them, turning your home into a repellent for abundance instead of a magnet. But first, if you're watching this, it's not by accident. You're being called to activate an ancient secret that your ancestors knew but that modern life has made us forget. My name is Rabbi David Levi, and for over 35 years, I've studied the hidden teachings of Kabbalah, the mystical dimension of Jewish wisdom that reveals how the physical and spiritual worlds intersect. I've worked with families across 6 continents, teaching them how to transform their homes into sanctuaries of blessing. And what I'm about to share with you comes directly from texts that were once only taught to the inner circle of Jewish mystics. The Zohar, the foundational text of Kabbalah, teaches us that certain physical substances carry divine frequencies. Olive oil is one of the most powerful. When the ancient priests prepared the menorah in the temple, they didn't use just any oil. They used pure, first-pressed olive oil because it held the highest spiritual vibration, the closest thing to divine light in physical form. Today, we no longer have the temple, but the Kabbalists teach us that every Jewish home, every home that seeks to align with higher consciousness, can become a miniature temple. And olive oil is one of the keys to unlocking that transformation. Before we dive into the 3 secret places, I want you to do something right now. I want you to activate your intention. Type this affirmation in the comments below. My home is a vessel for divine abundance. Go ahead, type it now. When you write these words, you're not just leaving a comment, you're sending a signal to the universe, to the divine, that you are ready to receive. You're opening a channel. And while you're here, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, because the teachings I share here are not just information. They are activation codes for transformation. You'll want to be notified every time I release a new secret. Now, let's talk about why olive oil works. In Kabbalah, everything in the physical world is a reflection of a spiritual reality. Olive oil is unique because it doesn't mix with water. It rises to the top. It floats. This is why the sages said that olive oil represents the Jewish people, a nation that, despite persecution and exile, always rises, always survives, always floats to the surface. But there's more. Olive oil is produced through crushing. The olive must be pressed. It must go through pressure before it releases its precious essence. This mirrors the spiritual principle that blessings often come through challenges, through pressure, through moments when we feel crushed. When you place olive oil in your home with intention, you're telling the universe, I recognize that my struggles are not punishments. They are the pressure that produces my light. You're aligning yourself with the frequency of resilience, of transformation, of rising above. Modern science has also caught up to what the ancients knew. Studies have shown that the scent of olive oil can reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, and increase feelings of calm and safety. When your nervous system is calm, you make better financial decisions. You attract opportunities instead of repelling them. You become a magnet for the right people, the right ideas, the right timing. So olive oil works on both the spiritual and the physical plane. It's not magic, it's alignment, it's frequency. It's ancient technology that the modern world has forgotten. And now, I'm going to reveal the 3 secret places where you must place olive oil to activate its full power in your home. The first secret place is your front entrance, specifically, the right side of your doorpost, directly below or near your mezuzah. In Jewish tradition, the mezuzah is a small case containing a scroll with verses from the Torah placed on the doorpost of every Jewish home. It serves as a spiritual guardian, a reminder of God's presence and protection. But here's what most people don't know. The mezuzah is only the beginning. The Kabbalists teach that the doorway is not just a physical threshold, it's an energetic gateway. Every person who enters your home carries an energy signature. Some carry blessings, some carry burdens, some carry envy or negativity, even if they don't intend to. The entrance is where these energies first make contact with your space. If your entrance is not energetically sealed and blessed, those heavy energies seep in and settle into your home like dust you can't see but can absolutely feel. Olive oil, when placed intentionally at the entrance, acts as a spiritual filter and amplifier. It filters out what doesn't belong and amplifies what does. Here's how you do it. Take a small dish, preferably made of glass or ceramic, not plastic. Pour a tablespoon of pure, extra virgin olive oil into the dish. As you pour, say this blessing either out loud or in your heart. Blessed are you, source of all light, who commands us to bring blessing into our dwelling. Place the dish on a small shelf or surface on the right side of your doorpost, just below or beside your mezuzah. If you don't have a mezuzah, place it on the right side of the inner door frame, about chest height. Leave it there for 7 days. On the 7th day, take the oil outside, pour it into the earth or down a drain far from your home, and replace it with fresh oil. Repeat this cycle every week for 3 months. What you're doing is creating a circuit of blessing, a continuous flow of protection and attraction. Let me tell you about a woman named Leah. She was a single mother living in Brooklyn, struggling to make ends meet. Her business was failing, her landlord was threatening eviction, and she felt like no matter how hard she worked, the money just slipped through her fingers. A friend told her about the olive oil entrance ritual. Leah was skeptical, but she was also desperate. She placed the olive oil by her door on a Sunday evening and said the blessing with tears in her eyes. Within 3 days, a former client called her out of nowhere and offered her a contract worth 3 times what she'd been making. Within 2 weeks, her landlord suddenly agreed to lower her rent. Within a month, she received an unexpected tax refund she'd forgotten about. Leah later told me, "I don't know if it was the oil or my faith or both, but something shifted. It felt like my home started breathing differently, like opportunities could finally find their way to me." That's the power of the entrance. When you bless and protect your gateway, you're telling the universe, only good may enter here, and the universe listens. The second secret place to put olive oil is in your kitchen, specifically near or around your stove or oven. Now this might surprise you, but in Kabbalah, the kitchen is considered one of the most spiritually potent rooms in the entire home. Why? Because it's where transformation happens. Raw ingredients become nourishing meals. Fire, water, and earth combine to sustain life. The kitchen is a place of alchemy, of creation, of provision. In ancient times, the altar in the temple was where sacrifices were offered, where the physical was elevated to the spiritual. In your home, the stove is your altar. It's where you prepare food, not just to fill stomachs, but to nourish souls, to bring your family together, to create warmth and love. And yet, most people treat their kitchen as just a functional space, not a sacred one. That's a missed opportunity. The sages teach that abundance flows where gratitude lives. The kitchen is the heart of gratitude because it's where we acknowledge that we have enough to eat, that we can provide, that we are blessed. When you place olive oil in your kitchen, you're amplifying that frequency of gratitude and provision. You're saying, "I recognize this space as sacred, and I invite continuous abundance to flow through it." Here's the ritual. Find a small glass bottle, preferably one with a cork or lid. Fill it with pure olive oil. If you want to enhance it, you can add a sprig of fresh rosemary or a bay leaf, both of which are traditional symbols of blessing and prosperity in Jewish and Mediterranean cultures. Place this bottle on a shelf near your stove or on a windowsill in your kitchen where it can catch morning light. Every time you cook a meal, especially on Shabbat or before important family gatherings, take a tiny drop of this oil and anoint the corner of your stove or the handle of your oven. As you do this, say silently or aloud, "May this space provide abundance, health, and peace for all who eat from it." This is not superstition. This is intention made physical. When you cook with this awareness, your food carries a different energy. Your family feels it, even if they don't consciously know why. I once consulted with a family in London who were constantly fighting about money. The husband blamed the wife for overspending. The wife blamed the husband for not earning enough, and their teenage children were absorbing all that tension. I taught them the kitchen oil ritual. I told them, every Friday night before Shabbat dinner, anoint your stove together and say the blessing as a family. They did it reluctantly at first, but within weeks, something remarkable happened. The arguments decreased. They started talking about money with more respect, more collaboration. The husband got a promotion. The wife started a side business that took off. When I checked in with them 6 months later, the father told me, "I don't know how to explain it, but it's like the kitchen became the center of peace in our home instead of the center of stress." That's what happens when you sanctify the space where provision happens. You align yourself with the flow of abundance instead of resisting it. Now, before I reveal the third secret place, I need you to pause and really take in what we've covered so far. The entrance. where you control what energies are allowed into your home. The kitchen, where you sanctify the act of provision and gratitude. These are not random locations. They are strategic. They are gateways and altars. And when you treat them as such, your entire home becomes a conductor of blessing. But there's one more place, and this one is the most intimate, the most personal, and perhaps the most powerful of all. The third secret place to put olive oil is in your bedroom, specifically on your nightstand or near the head of your bed. I know some of you might be thinking, the bedroom? Isn't that just for sleeping? But here's what the Kabbalists understood that modern people have forgotten. The bedroom is where you are most vulnerable. It's where you shed your defenses, where you dream, where you rest, where you restore your soul. In Jewish mysticism, sleep is considered a mini-death, and waking is a mini-resurrection. Every night, your soul ascends to the higher realms, and every morning, it returns to your body renewed. But if the energy in your bedroom is heavy, cluttered, or blocked, your soul cannot fully rest, and you wake up depleted instead of restored. When you're depleted, you make poor decisions. You lack clarity. You miss opportunities. You radiate scarcity instead of abundance. Olive oil in the bedroom serves a dual purpose. First, it purifies the space, clearing out old emotional residue from arguments, stress, or worry. Second, it creates a field of peace and protection, allowing you to sleep deeply and dream powerfully. Dreams, according to Kabbalah, are not just random images. They are messages, guidance from the subconscious and the divine. When your bedroom is energetically clear, your dreams become clearer, your intuition sharpens, and you wake with insights that lead to prosperity. Here's how to do it. Take a small glass holder, like a tea light candle holder or a shallow dish. Pour a small amount of olive oil into it. If you wish, you can add a single drop of lavender or frankincense essential oil, both of which have calming and spiritually elevating properties. Place this on your nightstand, on the side of the bed where you sleep. Before you go to bed each night, dip your right index finger into the oil and touch your forehead, right between your eyebrows, where the third eye is located in mystical traditions. As you do this, say silently, "May my rest be deep, my dreams be clear, and my path be illuminated." This simple act takes less than 10 seconds, but it creates a nightly ritual of intention and surrender. You're telling your subconscious and the divine, "I release control. I trust. I open myself to guidance." One of my students, a man named Aaron from Toronto, was stuck in his career for years. He felt invisible at work, passed over for promotions, unsure of his next step. He started the bedroom olive oil ritual. Within 2 weeks, he had a dream so vivid it woke him up in the middle of the night. In the dream, he saw himself teaching, leading workshops, speaking to large groups. He'd never considered this path before, but the dream felt like a command. He took action. He started offering free workshops in his field, built a reputation, and within 6 months, he was offered a consulting position that tripled his income. Aaron told me, "I don't think I would have had that dream. Or if I did, I wouldn't have trusted it. If I hadn't been doing the oil ritual. It's like it cleared the static so I could finally hear the signal." That's the power of the bedroom. It's where your conscious and subconscious mind meet. And when that meeting place is blessed and clear, miracles happen. So now you know the 3 secret places. The entrance, to bless and protect your gateway. The kitchen, to sanctify provision and gratitude. The bedroom, to purify rest and awaken guidance. These are not just tips. These are ancient spiritual technologies, encoded in Kabbalistic teachings, passed down through generations, and now activated in your life. But here's the truth that nobody talks about. You can place olive oil in all 3 locations. You can say every blessing. You can follow every step perfectly and still see no results. Why? Because there's one common, devastating mistake that most people make. A mistake so subtle that you might be making it right now without even realizing it. And if you make this mistake, everything I've taught you will not only fail to work, it will backfire. Are you ready to hear it? Take a deep breath, because this is the moment that separates those who transform their lives from those who stay stuck. The biggest mistake people make with olive oil rituals is using impure, chemically processed, or old, rancid oil. Let me explain why this is so critical. In Kabbalah, the physical substance carries the spiritual frequency. If the substance is corrupted, the frequency is corrupted. Imagine trying to charge your phone with a frayed, damaged cable. It won't work, and it might even damage your phone further. The same principle applies here. Most olive oil sold in supermarkets today is not pure. It's been mixed with other oils, heated at high temperatures, treated with chemicals, or stored in clear plastic bottles that expose it to light and degrade its quality. Some olive oil labeled as extra virgin is actually months or even years old by the time it reaches your shelf. And old oil oxidizes, it becomes rancid, even if you can't taste it yet. When you use this kind of oil in a spiritual ritual, you're not channeling light, you're channeling decay. You're not inviting abundance, you're inviting stagnation. The second part of this mistake is even more insidious. Some people use olive oil with an energy of desperation, fear, or doubt. They place it in their home thinking, "This probably won't work, but I'll try anyway." Or they do it frantically, hoping it will magically solve all their problems overnight without them having to change anything else in their behavior or mindset. That energy of desperation and doubt poisons the ritual. Remember, olive oil amplifies energy. If you're operating from fear, you're amplifying fear. If you're operating from faith and gratitude, you're amplifying faith and gratitude. The oil doesn't create the energy, it magnifies what's already there. So if your heart is closed, if your intention is weak, if you're doing this as a last-ditch Hail Mary instead of a sacred practice, you will not see results, and you might even feel worse, because you'll convince yourself that nothing works, that you're beyond help, that abundance is for other people, but not for you. That belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So what do you do? How do you avoid this mistake? First, invest in real, pure, high-quality olive oil. Look for oil that is cold-pressed, certified organic, and sold in dark glass bottles to protect it from light. Check the harvest date, not just the expiration date. You want oil that was harvested within the last year. Yes, this will cost more than the cheap bottle at the grocery store, but this is not cooking oil. This is sacred oil. This is an investment in your spiritual and financial prosperity. You don't need a huge bottle. A small bottle will last you months for rituals. Treat this oil with reverence. Store it in a cool, dark place. Don't leave it open or exposed to heat. When you use it, do so with full presence and gratitude. Second, and this is just as important, check your energy before you perform any ritual. Take 3 deep breaths. Place your hand on your heart. Ask yourself, am I doing this from a place of trust and gratitude or from fear and desperation? If it's fear, pause. Spend a few minutes shifting your state. Listen to music that uplifts you. Read a psalm, meditate, pray, or simply say aloud, I trust that I am supported. I trust that blessings are already on their way to me. I am grateful for what I have, and I am open to receiving more. Once you feel that shift, then perform the ritual. The olive oil will amplify that positive, open frequency, and the universe will respond accordingly. Let me share one more story with you. There was a man named Eli who came to one of my workshops in Jerusalem. He'd been trying the olive oil rituals for weeks with no results. He was frustrated and ready to give up. I asked him to show me the oil he was using. He pulled out a cheap plastic bottle of oil from a discount store. I could smell the rancid odor from across the table. I asked him, would you offer this to a king? He looked confused. I said, you're trying to invite divine blessing into your home, and you're using oil you wouldn't even serve to a guest at your dinner table. How can the divine take your request seriously if you don't take it seriously yourself? It was a hard truth, but he needed to hear it. Eli went out, bought a bottle of high-quality, first-press olive oil, and started again, this time with full intention, reverence, and belief. Within a month, he landed a business partnership he'd been pursuing for 2 years. Within 3 months, his income had doubled. He later told me, it wasn't just the oil, it was the shift in how I saw myself, how I saw my worth, how I saw what I deserved. The oil was the mirror that showed me I'd been treating myself and my life as cheap, and once I changed that, everything else changed too. So please, hear this as the most important teaching of this entire video. The quality of what you use matters. The energy you bring matters. Olive oil is powerful, but it's not a magic trick. It's a sacred practice that requires your full participation, your respect, your faith. When you bring all of that together, the results are undeniable. Now let's talk about how to integrate all of this into your daily life. You don't have to do everything at once. Start with one location. If money is your biggest concern, start with the entrance. If provision and family harmony are your focus, start with the kitchen. If clarity and rest are what you need, start with the bedroom. Do one ritual for 30 days with full consistency and intention. Track what happens. Notice the subtle shifts, the unexpected phone calls, the sudden ideas, the moments of synchronicity. After 30 days, add the second location. After another 30 days, add the third. By the time you've been practicing all three for 90 days, your home will have transformed into a completely different energetic environment, and your life will reflect that transformation. I also encourage you to combine this practice with other acts of alignment. Give tzedakah, which means charity or justice in Hebrew. The Kabbalists teach that giving creates a vacuum that the universe rushes to fill. When you give, you signal that you have enough, and that signal attracts more. Even if it's just a few dollars to someone in need, give with a joyful heart. Keep your home clean and uncluttered. Clutter blocks energy flow. Make space for the new by releasing the old. Speak words of gratitude and blessing daily. What you focus on expands. If you focus on lack, you'll see more lack. If you focus on blessings, you'll see more blessings. Olive oil rituals are incredibly powerful, but they work best as part of a holistic approach to living in alignment with abundance. Before we close, I want you to type one final affirmation in the comments. This is your declaration, your commitment to yourself and the divine. Type this now. I am a magnet for divine prosperity. My home is a sanctuary of blessing. I receive with gratitude and give with joy. Type it now and feel the shift as you do. You're not just typing words. You're planting a seed in the soil of your consciousness, and that seed will grow. If this teaching has resonated with you, if you feel called to activate these ancient secrets in your life, then I need you to do 3 things right now. First, like this video. When you like it, you're telling the algorithm to share this wisdom with more people who need it, and you're also energetically saying yes to this teaching. Second, subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. I release new teachings every week, ancient Kabbalistic secrets that have been hidden for generations, and you don't want to miss a single one. Third, share this video with someone you love, someone who's been struggling, someone who's been searching for answers. You might be the messenger who changes their life. And finally, try this tonight. Don't wait. Go get your olive oil, choose one of the 3 locations, and perform the ritual with full intention. Then come back to this video in 7 days and leave a comment telling me what happened. Tell me what shifted, what surprised you, what opened up. Your testimony will inspire others, and it will strengthen your own commitment. You are not here by accident. The fact that you've watched this video all the way to the end tells me that your soul is ready, that you're being called to step into a higher level of abundance, peace, and blessing. The ancient rabbis taught that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Well, here I am, and here you are, and the teaching has been delivered. Now it's time for you to take action, to become the co-creator of your destiny, to transform your home into the temple it was always meant to be. Remember, olive oil is liquid light. When you place it in your home with reverence, faith, and gratitude, you're literally illuminating your life from the inside out. The darkness of lack, fear, and struggle cannot survive in that light. Abundance flows toward light. Blessings gather where light shines. And now, you hold the key to turning on that light in the 3 most powerful places in your home. Thank you for being here. Thank you for opening your heart to this ancient wisdom. And thank you for trusting that you are worthy of every blessing that is coming your way. In the words of the ancient priestly blessing, may the divine bless you and keep you. May the divine's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the divine lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Go now and activate your abundance. I'll see you in the next teaching, where I'll reveal the one Hebrew prayer that Jewish millionaires say every morning, a prayer so powerful that it rewires your brain for wealth in just 60 seconds. You won't want to miss it. Until then, may your home be filled with light, your heart with gratitude, and your life with endless blessing.